Well, a good day to you, Nzinga. What is happening now is that yes, the people who are doing the logistics are busy completing and putting the final touches on the tent, on the marquee. I'll just ask my colleague Arif to just pen a bit for you to just see this marquee. I understand, I think maybe the VIPs will be using this marquee here. So today, they were putting the flooring, trying to put the final touches to ensure that it is up and ready when the day comes on the day of the funeral. So the guys have been up and down, being busy today. But what I can tell you today, people are still slowly trickling in to come and pay their last respect, to pay their tributes. We've seen quite a few number of families who came here to pay their last respects. Some of the dignitaries that we will be expecting today is Chief Mandla Mandela and also the Minister of Tourism, Minister Lindiwe Sisulu. What I also picked up here is that most of the people that we refer to as dignitaries are, well, very close friends to the family. These are people which are known and have close ties to the family. Yesterday, the Mutsepes were here. Businessman Patrice Mutsepe, accompanied by his wife, Dr. Precious Boloi Mutsepe, came out of there and came to come and speak to us, to address us. And they said, we have a long history with this family. We have close ties with the family. We're not just business people and as humanitarian. We have a long-standing relations. Even the Arch once asked us to donate to the church as well. So they were sharing some of those stories as well. So some of those people who are coming here that we refer to as dignitaries are indeed close family members to the family here. And also Lindiwe Sisulu will be here. We know she is also the child of struggle stalwarts Utata Walter Sisulu and Mama Albertina Sisulu. She has a long history with the family as well. In the late 60s and the early 70s, she studied in exile with the first son of the Tutus. So these are people who have a strong relations with the family as much as we know them as dignitaries. Even Chief Mandla Mandela, we know the relations of the Sisulus and Tata Nelson Mandela. So he will also be making his way here later in the afternoon. The Premier of the Western Cape as well, Mr. Alan Winde, is also expected to make his way here. Later on, the Unzinga, there will be a memorial service, the one we spoke about earlier on in the week, which is an interfaith service, which will include different people from religious backgrounds and different spiritual backgrounds, which will be held in the city hall in town. It is done by the city of Cape Town, who said they also wanted to pay tribute to the Arch, but of course they had to wait for the family and the church and also the state to announce their plans before they came with their own plan. So at 6 p.m. today, members from different religious backgrounds will be there to pay their last respects to the Arch. We understand from 3 p.m. this afternoon, only half a lane will be used in town to make sure that they control traffic. And then from 6 p.m., traffic will be closed off. The routes which are going to the cathedral will be closed off so that people do not disturb the proceedings there. It will start at 6 o'clock. My colleague Mariska Bota will be here giving that live from 3 p.m. to keep us to date as what will be happening, who are some of the dignitaries who will be there and making their way there. We understand that different parishes around the country will also be holding their services. I was speaking to another a pastor of a church in Langa, which the Arch had close ties with. They were saying they'll also have their own interfaith service, which will take place on Thursday at 5:30. He also invited us to come and be part of that. We will see if we'll be able to have the resources to also be there as well, because we understand tomorrow the lying of state of Tata Archbishop Desmond Tutu will start from 9 p.m. until 7 p.m., 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. And also on Friday, the lying in state will happen as well. And also preceding that, on Friday morning, there will be a procession going down through Adal Street, through the heart of the CBD to the cathedral, and then the public will also have another chance again on Friday to view the body of the Arch. And he has asked that the body be kept overnight at the cathedral instead of at the house, as in most cases in African traditions. And Zinga.
From Cape Town, there outside Archbishop Emeritus Desmond Tutu's home. Thank you for that update, Atule. Now, the Archbishop and his wife Leah were patrons of the Tygerberg Hospital Children's Trust in Cape Town since its inception 2 decades ago.
The Tygerberg Children's Hospital Trust serves the largest paediatric unit in the Western Cape. The hospital's neonatal unit admits about 3,000 infants every year, most of them underweight. The Tutu Tigers campaign will see each of the sporting stars focusing on a specific basket of care. This includes neonatology, specialised care, general paediatrics and social development.
We are very excited to introduce the founders of the Tutu Tigers, Vernon Philander, Ashley Johnson, Johan de Jong and Cornel Hendricks. Through this initiative, they will work towards a brighter and healthier future for our kids.
The stars themselves come from the communities of Ravensmead, Eersterivier and Wellington, all areas beset with socio-economic challenges which affect young people.
The Tutu Tigers is a platform to impact the lives of our children, following by the great example set by our Archbishop Emeritus Desmond Tutu and Mrs. Leah Tutu. I'm passionate about early childhood development, so that's why I've chosen general pediatrics as my basket of care. Our children is our future, and I'm super excited to be part of the Tutu Tigers.
South African cricketer Vernon Philander, who comes from Ravensmead, adjacent to the hospital, is to spearhead neonatology. This, he says, is the beginning of life and that everybody deserves a fair chance. Each of these Tutu Tigers will use the influence to drive their campaigns and influence child healthcare and well-being. As long-time patrons, the Arch and his wife Leah have given the initiative their blessing.
As proud patrons of the Tygerberg Hospital Children's Trust, my wife Leah and I were trying to make this hospital better. But every month we lose a trained nurse, an essential piece of equipment, a desperately needed bed, and inevitably, a child we should have been able to save. Without your kindness, we may soon have nothing left to lose.
The Tutu Tigers say they're committed.
We apologise about that break in transmission there. Now, the Archbishop was also known as a man of serious words and